When you remember the play that lifted your heart as a child, you will know the heart of God. You will understand the motives behind this universal expression. God's creations and the interwoven fabric of space and time, which holds them suspended in vibratory dance, may be fraught with what appears to present-day human consciousness as dazzling complexity, but any kitten understands God's motives. Why do dolphins leap joyful from the sea? Why do the morning birds sing? Why does the earth dance in trees and reach forests to the sun? Why do children play? The purpose of these realms is enjoyment. This is a recreational universe, designed to multiply the life forms that share God's great passion, beauty, its creation and appreciation, its playful development in structure, in symphonies of light, sound, time, and dimension. Beyond the shadowlands where God and self are seen as heavy and somber, the winds of change bring fresh currents of thought to those whose hearts are whole. Feel the creative melodies of eternity surrounding you, penetrating your envelope of light. As they echo in your soul, know that you are one with the maker of the music. Those who live intuitively are guided through the dimensional worlds by a rhythmic undercurrent of inspiration. Inner music guides their outer function, highlighting choices that indicate their most creative patterns of environmental interaction. Through that music flows the joyful current of creation. The music of creation releases energy, gives life itself to all who appreciate it. Biology is not a somber dance. The universe is deployed in song. Listen to the melodies crackling through the air around you. Some find their way into human media and drift to you from a radio, an open window, a passing car. Others appear only once in the ethers, for your ears alone. Songs will be your maps in the new world, songs whose rhythms guide the energies of stars. They enter human time tangibly and intangibly, both audibly and telepathically. Their melodies overturn, undermine, and dissolve the structures of historical illusion. Sense their waves, the currents of their energy. Can you discern among them the musical stream of creation that called you into being, the song of individuation sung by eternity at your birth into time, the song that drew you from the fields of singularity? Drink deeply of the love that comes to you on the currents of this, your definition song. Receive its nourishment, its direction. As you relax into the expression of love, the center of your self-understanding shifts from your individuality to your universality, from past to present, from ego to spirit. As this shift from self-centeredness to God-centeredness occurs, the thoughts, visions, dreams, and motivational currents of universal being come to have greater emphasis than your personality. The polarity of your emotional field shifts from fear to love. Your spirit regains access to your thought processes. Your ego is relieved of its excessive burden of culturally assumed responsibility, and is happy and fulfilled, perhaps for the first time in your incarnate experience. As you learn to draw identity from the life force, your expression becomes the channel through which a steady stream of consciousness flows from creator into creation. You become one of God's dimensional terminals, individualizing perfectly for the time and place where you are. Whatever the next developmental step may be, your identity takes the form most able to draw it forth. Your behavior flows out of your instinctual nature. You pick up the tools of your trade and interact with your environment, drawing forth its potential through emotional, mental, and physical movement directed by the music of your soul. This music is never tedious or repetitive, but always flowing through chord changes and melodic variations that keep it fresh and alive. The music itself carries the signal to curtail or modify activities long before you grow tired or desirous of a change. Though the individual music varies, the source of the inner directional music is the same for all those whose lives are motivated by love. When you are working with others who have learned to live in this way, their activities unfold in a relation that is naturally harmonic to your own. While your melodies differ, your rhythms are always aligned. You are able to coordinate your efforts without cumbersome surface-level organization. To the culturally conditioned ego, this appears as nothing less than magic, but the principles at work, a natural law. Individual scores blend in the evocation of collective beauty, in the creation of harmonious social forms and new structures of matter, sound, light, and energy. They flow together in the composition of a symphonic society, where workplace and recreational environment are one. Those who live in this way do not look upon their occupations as chores or burdens. They make their living through their play. This is what it means to live in a state of grace. You currently have no large-scale models or precedents to help you anticipate this on a global scale, but as the peoples of your world return to living in harmony with natural design, they will know neither disease nor want. Even now, before planetary human society as a whole relaxes into this symphonic pattern of being, you can learn to support yourself by doing what you most love to do. There is no better way than this to help in easing the transition for the human family. So long as you remain in identity patterns centered around physicality alone, you remain subliminally afraid of the earth, you have difficulty securing your material needs. You do not know the ease with which the produce of this planetary garden flows to those who love this world. The moment you awaken to the truth of yourself, the moment you realize that you are essentially a spiritual being, your relationship to matter changes. You have no further difficulty drawing to you all that you require. Those who serve the purposes of life are not troubled for its necessities. The finest food that this planet has to offer is only a small portion of the nourishment that comes to those who live their lives in the energy currents of eternal love. The earth recognizes people in whom God flowers. There is a sensuousness, a centeredness, a grace to their movement. There is a relaxed gentility of power, flowing quietly within and beneath their action. There is a humble assuredness about them, a reverence, a sense of humor and a sense of the sacred entwined. They are the magical people, for whom the earth has longed.